Hello, everyone. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness, and in particular, my spoiler-free film suggestion series. If you by chance happen to enjoy my content and have seen my videos, please click the like button, comment below if you like, check out the links to my Facebook and my Patreon page, which is still under construction. But feel free to send a message to me on Facebook if you so desire. And if you want to get a hold of me for any reason whatsoever, I'd love to hear from you and hear your thoughts. Um, Click the bell icon to be notified of any additional um, uploads as well as subscribing if you wish. I'd appreciate that as well. So, this week, being that we're approaching October, um, in just a few days. It is the 26th of September as I speak. Uh, I thought I would pick something that was horror, gothic related. And I do have a lot more in mind to cover, as previously stated in my update video. However, in this particular case, I wanted to highlight a film that is near and dear to me, and it's something that not a lot of people are aware of, which is kind of my point of this series, is to highlight films that people either aren't aware of or may have disregarded for one reason or another and should probably give a second chance to, or just they never heard of these films and um, may want to check these out. And in this case, you definitely want to check this one out. I speak, of course, about Snow White: A Tale of Terror. This film is amazing, truly amazing. Um, it really did not achieve the notoriety that it would have if it were released today, or even if it was reissued today in theaters. I feel that it would really uh, regain a whole new audience, a new following, or it's just it's a spellbinding story. It's not for children whatsoever. Let me state that right off the bat. So don't go and get any ideas about showing Snow White: A Tale of Terror to your children. This is not for children. Uh, it's a very, very dark telling of the Snow White classic tale. Um, and it stars Sam Neill and Sigourney Weaver. Released in 1997 initially, at least that's from what I can ascertain online. Um, I was first made aware of this film via a trailer on, I believe, The Man Who Fell to Earth by the David Bowie film when I had that on VHS. And I was watching it, and I kept seeing this trailer for Snow White: A Tale of Terror. And I was captivated by the trailer, and I just kept thinking, why didn't I hear about this film? Why wasn't I aware of this? Um, there are no seven dwarves in this film, um, and Snow White's background is set up very well, so that way you have a vested interest in her character from the very beginning. Um, and not giving anything away specifically, because we all know the story of Snow White, at least we should by this point in time. Um, it opens on a carriage, horse and carriage, And in said carriage, you have Frederick Hoffman and his wife Liliana, who is pregnant with child, and the carriage and horsemen are attacked and overwhelmed by seemingly um, unprovoked and natural forces. At least you think that at the time. It's hard to say, really, though, due to the events that follow in the story itself. This opening scene is quite gruesome, which is why I say it is not for children. Um, Frederick Hauptmann's wife Liliana is mortally wounded, and um, following the birth of his daughter Lily, Frederick takes her back to his estate and basically raises her as a nobleman but a single father until he is betrothed to Claudia. Claudia, of course, played by Sigourney Weaver in stunning fashion. Um, and the character Liliana can be somewhat taken as being bratty at that point in time, not being very receptive of someone taking her mother's place, all the tropes that go along with this particular type of story. But she is suspicious of Claudia, and rightly so. Um, when Claudia arrives at the Hoffman estate, she has a wardrobe brought into her bedchambers. Along with the wardrobe is a mirror. And some peculiar events happen with one of the servant individuals who's attempting to tame Lily, who is quite um, a rambunctious child at that point in time. And the servant is essentially taken care of by unnatural means. This is where the dark magical aspects of the plot take hold. Um, and Claudia explains upon her arrival that the wardrobe was her mother's. Her mother was obviously a practicing witch of the dark arts because of what you see occurring throughout the film um, after that point, as it gets extremely dark. To the point where Claudia's brother, who is brought along, he is mute, Guston. Um, he is charged with um, killing Lily when she is of age and has inadvertently yet purposely wronged Claudia, but she feels bad for Claudia, and I really don't want to say why. And she does attempt to make amends, but Claudia is um, beyond amends at that point, and she is delving into the dark arts more and more to uh, basically bring about her own semblance of sanity, if that makes sense. I don't want to give too much away, But when Guston is charged with killing Liliana, or Lily, I should say, um, even though it's her name is taken from her mother's, which really irritates Claudia as well. But when she runs off, Guston actually takes mercy on her and kills a boar and presents the boar's heart to Claudia, um, which is then put into a meal for her to share with her husband, Frederick Hoffman, the sire, if you will, of the estate. And that's really kind of dark, if you ask me, because the assumption is that they're dining on his daughter, basically, even though we as the audience know that's not the case. But that was the intention that Claudia had in mind. This is how dark this film is. And everything is shown for what it is. When Lily runs off to the woods to take refuge, um, she takes up with seven individuals, miners actually, not dwarves, but miners, that mine for their nobleman, their king, Frederick Hoffman. And they are not treated well by society. A lot of them are really not all there. One of them tries to sexually assault Lily. It is really a dark film. But one of the miners, Will, actually takes to Lily. And from there on in, it becomes a fight for Lily to return to her home. It's sad, it's moving. This film is intense. I may have given away a little too much, but I had no choice. This film really is just, it's phenomenal. And this is, like I said, one of the new covers that's available from Mill Creek. There are no extras on this Blu-ray, unfortunately. There's really not a lot of information available about this film, but I do feel that if this film was shown today, or more people were aware of this, and watched it, they would be pleasantly surprised by the story, by the intensity, by the acting, by the execution, by the overall presentation. This is a work of art, and I truly mean that. There aren't many tellings or retellings of classic tales that I will ever uh, be impressed by, I guess, because I tried to be, and I've tried to embrace remakes, retellings of classic tales, and they never seem to work. This one, though, because of how um, intense it gets with the story itself and the realism of some of the darker elements, from the way people can be in general or under their circumstances, to the portrayal of some of the darker magic elements that Claudia implements. It's really a much more accurate film than any other sort. And it's highly, highly recommended by me. There'll be a link to the trailer in the description. Be sure to check that out. Once again, if you like my content here, please leave a like, leave a comment. Send me a Facebook message if you like. I do check my spam folder, as previously stated. in my other videos. And if you happen to wind up there, I will find you and contact you back. No problem. So, I hope you enjoyed this particular episode of spoiler-free film suggestions, and I hope I didn't spoil the film too horribly for you. This is Rob once again with Media Awareness. Have a good night and a great holiday season. Bye.